All right, Scorpio, let's get into your reading. The moment I placed these cards down, something thick and magnetic swept through the entire spread. This person has been clutching a confession within them, and it has been fracturing their inner peace. Whatever they buried from your awareness, the cards revealed it before I could even ask one question. The invisible thread between you and this soul, it hums through every card sitting on this table. There is a heaviness wrapped around this reading, and it flows from how tightly they grip your memory. Their energy arrived before the first card even landed, and it carried a desperation I rarely encounter. So, the energy that I have for you today is this. This person guards a massive secret within them, and it stretches further than you could begin imagining. They love you with a force that blindsided their entire being, and they remain fastened to your soul. This person tried to walk away and release your hold, but something internal refused that decision entirely. Their heart would not cooperate with the choice to leave, and every attempt to forget you crumbled fast. The way they carry you in their thoughts is not casual, and the cards confirmed that without hesitation. You occupy a permanent space in their mind, and no matter what they try, it belongs to you. Here is our first card, and the Lovers sits at the front of this reading with unmistakable clarity. The Lovers confirms that the bond between you was never surface level, and it carries real spiritual gravity. What makes this card striking is the deliberate choice buried inside it, because nothing here was accidental. This person did not wander into these emotions randomly, and the cards confirm every feeling was intentional. They weighed their own feelings carefully before admitting the truth, and the pull toward you only intensified. Every internal wall they constructed to protect themselves buckled, and your name kept breaking through the silence. We also have the Nine of Cups, and this card radiates quiet fulfillment tied entirely to your presence. The Nine of Cups says you are everything this person wished for, and they feel it constantly. You became their answered prayer without realizing it, and that truth echoes through this spread with force. They see in you the love they stopped believing could exist, and it shakes them to their foundation. That realization terrifies them on every level, and it makes them grip your energy with everything inside. Now we have the Page of Cups, and this card brings tender vulnerability directly into this reading. The Page of Cups shows this person holding something precious for you, but fear keeps them completely frozen. They rehearse full conversations with you inside their mind, and each time the words dissolve before surfacing. This card confirms they drafted messages to you and erased them because rejection paralyzed every last nerve. The offering they hold is deeply emotional, and it rests in their chest, waiting for one brave moment. The Knight of Pentacles closes this section, and it reveals quiet, unwavering devotion pointed directly at you. This card says they are constructing something real behind the scenes, and every fine detail involves you. Nothing about their attachment is temporary, and the cards broadcast that truth from every angle without hesitation. They prove devotion through patience and consistency, and that commitment has been running silently underneath everything. This person wakes up saturated in your essence each morning, and drifts to sleep, still carrying your warmth. The secret they guard is enormous, and when it reaches you, everything will click perfectly into its place. Their confession is no small, quiet whisper, and when the truth arrives, it will rearrange your understanding completely. This reading arrived at the precise moment you needed it, and that timing alone carries genuine spiritual weight. The window on this energy is open, and you will feel the shift before you even expect it. Whether it arrives through a sudden text or a quiet magnetic pull, this energy is moving toward you. You did not find this reading by accident, and the cards confirmed it when I turned them over. The energy in this spread does not fade quietly, and it will remain active around you for days. Every sign that brought you here was deliberate, and the confirmation sitting in front of me is undeniable. Okay, the cards are turning toward you now, and I feel the energy shifting into your personal space. Your chest has been holding tension for weeks, and that weight refuses to release on its own terms. Questions have been circling your mind at night, and not one of them landed on anything solid yet. The doubt you carry is not from weakness, and the cards confirm your feelings never actually faded away. Your walls went up because silence forced you to protect yourself, and you had no other real option. You built those barriers out of necessity, and every brick was soaked in quiet, unspoken heartbreak and confusion. A part of you already senses the truth, but you refuse to trust that instinct without concrete proof. That whisper inside you is not wishful thinking, and these cards arrived today to validate exactly that. You have been second guessing your own intuition, and that habit kept you trapped in a painful loop. The cards want you to know your gut was right, and your perception was accurate all along. Our first card is the Star, and it wraps your spirit in a gentle, healing energy instantly. The Star confirms that, despite everything you survived, your hope never fully vanished beneath the pain you carried. You kept a small flame alive deep within you, and the cards recognize that resilience with immense respect. This card says you have been healing without recognizing it, and the progress already made is truly significant. Wounds that felt permanent months ago have slowly begun to close, and your strength rebuilt itself without permission. You did not plan this recovery, and it happened because your spirit refused to stay broken any longer. We also have the Four of Swords, and this card speaks to the exhaustion living inside your overthinking. The Four of Swords shows your mind has been restless, and it deeply craves one moment of stillness. You analyze their every word and their every silence, and that cycle has drained your emotional reserves entirely. This card arrives as a gentle reminder, not a warning, because your clarity lives inside moments of calm. The answers you seek will surface when you stop gripping them, and surrender opens the door. Now we have the Queen of Wands, and it mirrors the fire you carry even when feeling low. The Queen of Wands says your presence shifts the atmosphere, whether you realize that or not. You carry a magnetic quality that drew this person toward you, and that pull has never stopped operating. Your confidence has not disappeared, and it has only been resting beneath temporary layers of quiet self-doubt. The part of you that knows their worth still exists, and the cards urge that version to breathe. Our final card is the Ten of Cups, and it reveals the emotional future your heart truly craves. The Ten of Cups says your deepest wish comes down to genuine love and nothing more complicated. You do not need grand displays or perfect timing, and all you crave is being chosen honestly. That desire is sacred and valid, and what you seek is actively moving in your direction today. Your patience has not been wasted, and the waiting you endured is building a foundation for something lasting. The question keeping you awake is whether they match your depth, and the cards already answered that clearly. You are not imagining the connection, and you are not exaggerating what existed between the two of you. Every drop of doubt you carry is approaching its expiration, and the truth will meet you very soon. Your heart already knows what your mind keeps rejecting, and this reading simply confirms that inner alignment. Trust what your body recognized around this person, because that physical knowing does not bend to fear. The pull between you is mutual, and the cards confirmed that from the very first moment. What this person is preparing to bring you, it will answer every question that haunted your nights. The confirmation your soul craves is closer than you realize, and it is already in motion. You deserve to be chosen fully, and the cards see that reality forming right before you. Sit with that truth for a moment and let it sink into the deepest part of you. Everything you poured into this connection planted seeds, and those roots are deeper than you imagined. The love you gave was never wasted, and what returns will carry the full weight of their heart. Now, another energy steps into this reading, and it belongs to the person who guards this secret. They arrived in this spread with weight on their shoulders, and the cards immediately opened their inner world. This person carries a storm beneath calm composure, and very few have ever glimpsed what hides inside. The mask they wear is convincing, but the cards stripped it away within the first few moments. What I see beneath the surface is not coldness, and it is not indifference or carelessness. It is fear compressed so tightly that it became their entire operating system, and it governs every choice. Our first card is the Moon, and it pulls back the curtain on everything they keep hidden. The Moon says this person lives inside their own confusion, and the fog around their feelings is dense. They do not fully understand why they are so consumed by you, and that mystery haunts them constantly. This card reveals that their emotions toward you operate on a primal level, beneath all rational thought. They tried to analyze their way out of loving you, and every logical argument collapsed under the weight. The Moon confirms they carry unresolved wounds from their past, and those scars shaped how they handle intimacy. Loving you activated old fears they thought were dormant, and now they sit tangled between desire and survival. This person avoids you not from strength, and the distance they created comes from deep inner terror. We also have the Seven of Cups, and this card reveals how many futures they imagined with you. The Seven of Cups says they fantasize about a life beside you, and each version feels equally overwhelming. They see multiple paths forward, and every single one includes your face at the center of their world. This card confirms they projected entire timelines, and each scenario ends with them beside you. The issue is not lacking vision, and it is their inability to believe they deserve that reality. You are not crazy for feeling what you felt, and the cards confirmed your instincts beyond doubt. Now we have the King of Cups, and it reveals the emotional depth this person conceals from all. The King of Cups says they process everything internally, and their true emotional state rarely surfaces. They feel with an intensity that would shock you, but composure hides it from every outside eye. This card shows a person who loves deeply but expresses it quietly, and their silence is not emptiness. Their restraint is a fortress built around a wounded heart, and it has been reinforced too many times. Our final card is the Two of Swords, and it confirms the impossible decision they face now. The Two of Swords says they stand frozen between confession and self-protection, and neither feels safe. Both options terrify them equally, and so they remain locked in place with your name burning inside them. This card tells me they rehearse both outcomes in their mind, and neither one lets them sleep peacefully. The version where they tell you carries the risk of loss, and the silence carries guaranteed suffering instead. What you must understand is that their distance is not rejection, and it was never about you. Their retreat was self-preservation wrapped in regret, and every step away from you cost them something real. This person thinks about you in moments nobody witnesses, and those private thoughts carry their most honest truth. They guard your memory like something sacred, and the way they hold you is almost reverent. The cards exposed a person at the edge of surrender, and love is the only force pushing them. Their walls are cracking from the inside, and what lives behind them is a devotion meant for you. Their silence was never about forgetting you, and every quiet day was filled with internal conversations. They talk to you inside their mind constantly, and those unspoken words carry genuine emotional depth. The version of themselves they show others is incomplete, and the missing piece is shaped like you. This person has been standing at the threshold for longer than you realize, and courage is building quietly. Their feelings never weakened over time, and every passing week only strengthened this bond between you. Everything they did to protect themselves from you is failing, and the cards say collapse is imminent. So something just accelerated in this reading, and the cards shifted from stillness into forward motion. The quiet that surrounded this person broke open, and raw momentum replaced every ounce of hesitation. This is where the cards stop describing feelings and they begin showing you what happens next. The shift in their behavior will arrive sooner than your mind prepared for, and it will feel sudden. Their internal debate is entering its final stage, and pressure has nowhere left to go inside them. Every day of silence adds more weight to their chest, and the dam is starting to crack open. Our first card is the Eight of Wands, and it carries rapid movement that reshapes everything. The Eight of Wands says communication arrives fast, and the timing will catch you completely off guard. This is not a slow buildup, and the cards show their next move landing with sudden, undeniable intensity. When they finally reach out, the message will carry weight you were not expecting from them at all. The tone will feel different from anything before, and casual small talk is not what they bring. This card confirms the momentum between you is no longer stuck, and forward motion has already begun. You may notice small signs before the major contact arrives, and those signals are not coincidence. A name appearing on repeat, a song triggering a memory, or a sudden wave with no clear cause. Those are precursors, and the universe delivers them before significant shifts land in your physical reality. Pay attention to what your body senses this week, because your system will register their approach first. We also have the Chariot, and this card reinforces deliberate forward motion aimed directly at you. The Chariot says this person made a decision, and they now move toward you with focused intention. The wavering ended for them, and something clicked into a clarity they could no longer deny or resist. This card shows willpower overriding fear, and their desire to reach you finally defeated the lingering doubt. They no longer debate whether to act, and the only question left is exactly how to approach you. The Chariot tells me they have been quietly removing obstacles and clearing a path toward you deliberately. You may not see those changes yet, but behind the scenes, their priorities shifted around you. Both sides of this connection reached readiness at the same time, and that alignment is no accident. The universe waited until your frequencies matched, and that convergence is fully active in this present moment. Our final card is the Ace of Pentacles, and it represents a tangible new beginning in reality. The Ace of Pentacles confirms what approaches is not just emotional, and it carries real, tangible substance. This person plans to bring you something concrete, and it goes beyond words into visible, lasting action. Whether it is a meeting or a gesture or a commitment, this card grounds their intention into reality. The offer they carry is genuine, and it was built on months of internal preparation and deep reflection. Their foundation is solid, and the cards validate that their intention is both serious and lasting. You stand at the edge of a major shift, and the motion heading your way is unstoppable. Their action is imminent, and the countdown in these cards tells me the window ahead is extremely narrow. What arrives next will not feel uncertain, and the clarity behind their move will silence every lingering doubt. The signs will increase in frequency before direct contact hits, and your intuition will confirm each one. Trust what your body recognizes before your mind catches up, because physical awareness always arrives ahead of logic. This person is done with stillness. And every card in this section points to motion already underway beneath. What is heading toward you carries the full accumulated force of devotion, and it will not arrive quietly. Their courage is building in real time, and each passing hour brings them closer to acting on it. The next chapter between you opens with action, and the cards confirm the first step comes from them. You will not have to chase this, and the pursuit that begins will carry their full emotional investment. The momentum is locked in, and nothing on their end can reverse what the cards set forward. Okay, the cards dropped into a deeper layer, and what surfaces now is what they never say aloud. This is the part of the reading where their mask dissolves and raw, unfiltered truth pours forward. What lives beneath their silence is not emptiness, and it is a desperate overflow of suppressed confession. They buried these feelings so deep that even they forgot where truth ended and denial started. If your chest tightened while hearing this, that physical response is confirmation your body already recognized the truth. Your nervous system knows this person before your logic does, and that recognition is sacred and deeply real. Our first card is the Devil, and it exposes the obsessive attachment they cannot break. The Devil says this person is addicted to your presence, and walking away from you feels like withdrawal. They tried to detox from your memory, and every attempt left them craving you worse than before. This card reveals a hunger for you that frightens them because it controls thoughts they cannot manage. Their desire for you is not something they chose, and it arrived like a force beyond their control. They lay awake at night replaying moments with you, and their body responds before their mind catches up. If you felt a sudden warmth or pressure in your chest at random, that was their energy reaching. The connection between you operates on a frequency, and it does not require words or proximity to transmit. We also have the Nine of Swords, and this card reveals the torment their silence is causing them. The Nine of Swords says they lose sleep over you, and guilt eats at them from every angle. They know they should have spoken sooner, and that regret sits on their chest every single night. This card shows a person punishing themselves in private, and the pain they carry is entirely self-inflicted. They believe they waited too long, and the fear of having missed their chance haunts every quiet hour. What their protector voice tells them is that staying quiet keeps them safe, and they honored that instinct. The cards say that voice no longer serves them, and the cost of silence now exceeds the risk. Give yourself permission to feel whatever rises up, because your emotional response here is completely valid. Now we have the Six of Cups, and this card carries the tender weight of nostalgia and longing. The Six of Cups says they replay old memories of you with reverence, and each one stings beautifully. A specific moment between you lives on permanent repeat in their mind, and they return to it constantly. They remember details you probably forgot, and the way you made them feel in that moment still echoes. This card tells me they associate you with the purest love, the kind they never expected to find. The confession they hide is not casual, and the weight of it would shift everything between you. They want to hold you, and that desire burns through every wall they built to keep themselves composed. Their body aches for your closeness, and no amount of distance could dull that physical longing. They imagine conversations where they finally tell you everything, and in those fantasies, you receive them completely. The fear that you might not feel the same, that alone is the chain keeping their confession locked. If they knew you were listening to this reading, their entire body would tremble with recognition and relief. What they carry for you is not a passing thought, and it is a consuming devotion reshaping them. Every emotion they suppress around you eventually surfaces alone, and those private moments hold their most honest truth. Their devotion is woven into the fabric of their daily existence, and separating it from them is impossible. They carry your name like a prayer repeated in silence, and it steadies them when nothing else can. What they hold for you has roots stretching beyond logic, and it reaches into something almost spiritual. Every confession they swallowed burns hotter with time, and the pressure to speak grows with each passing sunrise. Their secret is the loudest silence you have ever stood beside, and soon that silence will finally shatter. What pours from these cards is devotion in its purest form, and your name is written through it. This hidden layer confirms their love is not a question, and honestly, it never actually was one. Let us come in close for this final stretch, because the cards are showing you where this lands. The weight of everything revealed across this reading now converges, and the near future holds the resolution. What I see approaching in the weeks ahead is direct, unmistakable contact, and it carries their full truth. This person will reach a point where silence becomes more painful than vulnerability, and that threshold is close. Our first card is the sun, and it casts warm light across everything that was hidden before. The sun says clarity replaces confusion, and the fog around this connection lifts completely very soon. What was murky and uncertain becomes transparent, and the answers your heart craved arrive in full, living color. You will experience a moment of recognition where every puzzle piece falls into place without forcing. Picture yourself standing on the other side of this moment and see peace resting on your face. That version of you received the truth, and the relief it brought transformed the way you breathe. We also have the Ten of Pentacles, and this card promises stability built on genuine, committed devotion. The Ten of Pentacles confirms that what approaches is not a temporary chapter, and it carries lasting permanence. This person intends to build something real with you, and the foundation they offer is sturdy and thoughtful. The commitment approaching is not impulsive, and it was carefully shaped through months of solitary reflection. They prepared for you in ways you cannot see yet, and every invisible step brought them closer. Our final card is the Ace of Cups, and it represents the purest emotional beginning awaiting you. The Ace of Cups says fresh love pours into your life soon, and it originates entirely from them. This is not recycled affection, and what arrives is a new offering born from months of quiet reflection. Now, let me offer guidance before we close, because the advice from these cards matters deeply here. Do not chase what is already moving toward you, and trust the timing will honor both your hearts. Stay open without performing openness, and let your natural warmth be the beacon guiding them back. When they arrive, listen before you react, because what they carry has been rehearsed 1,000 times within. Give them the space to be imperfect in their delivery, and receive the intention behind the stumbling words. The bravest thing you can do is remain soft when they arrive, and let them land gently. Let me bring us back to the core message because it deserves one final moment of full attention. This person guards a massive secret, and it is a love so deep it restructured their entire life. They are stuck on you with a permanence, and no distance or time or silence could weaken it. Across this reading, the cards confirmed that truth from every possible angle, with no room for misinterpretation. We opened with the Lovers and Nine of Cups, confirming a bond rooted in choice and fulfillment. The Page of Cups and Knight of Pentacles revealed tender vulnerability, paired with patient, devoted action. The Star and Four of Swords honored your resilience, and Queen of Wands reflected your quiet power. The Ten of Cups validated your deepest wish, and the Moon exposed the fear driving their silence forward. The Seven of Cups and King of Cups revealed fantasies and emotional depth hidden beneath their composure. The Two of Swords confirmed their impossible standstill, and the Eight of Wands broke it with sudden motion. The Chariot and Ace of Pentacles brought deliberate momentum and tangible commitment aimed at your life. The Devil and Nine of Swords exposed their obsession, and the torment silence causes them every night. The Six of Cups carried nostalgic longing, and the Sun, paired with Ace of Cups, promised new beginnings. This is real, and the cards would not speak this loudly across 6 sections if truth was small. If this resonated with you, come back and tell me when their confession arrives, because it will. Your story with this person is far from over, and the next chapter opens with transformative honesty. I truly appreciate you sitting with me through this, and I am sending you the warmest energy forward. Take good care of yourself and hold on to the certainty that these cards placed in your hands today. Thank you so much for being here, and remember, you deserve every ounce of love heading your way. The weight of everything revealed across this reading now converges, and the near future holds the resolution. What I see approaching in the weeks ahead is direct, unmistakable contact, and it carries their full truth.